Shannon Sharpe, I know you ain't over here having interracial race play with a teenager. I know you as a grown man in his 50s was not messing with a 19-year-old. I'm getting real tired of old men pointing their nose at these teenagers, man. What happened to the unks of the community who wanted to share wisdom? Now we got these freaky old men. Shannon Sharpe is a prime example on how we need to start cracking down on these disgusting men who can't act their age, preying on impressionable teenagers, using their wealth and power to get what they want. With the downfall of Diddy, I suspect more and more of these power-hungry and rich men being exposed. This all started with a $50 million lawsuit that Shannon Sharpe had allegedly a 19-year-old OF model named Gabriella Zuniga. Now, before anyone says anything, just because she's suing for money does not make her claims any less credible. If you were violated, wouldn't you want enough money to cover for the damages, physical and emotional? Now, with these public allegations, Shannon released his first response, and this response was extremely disgusting and questionable. Shannon had claimed that this was a consensual relationship and that the suit is filled with lies and ultimately is an attempt to take Shannon down. It leaks text messages between Shannon and Gabriella that showcase, man, I'ma cut the shit. These text messages show that Shannon Sharpe is an old freaky ass nigga who is into interracial race play. It's a disgusting, and anybody that has it or indulges in it is weird. It's purely based, and here's two examples. I'm not gonna read these, but you guys know this is just weird. Like, I just can't fathom how a black man is going to indulge in this. This isn't love or intimate, it's nasty. And while I am on Gabriella's side, indulging in this on her end is similarly questionable. But not only is Shannon having this weird relationship with a white woman, he was doing it with a 19-year-old at the time, a teenager. And then on top of that, he apparently wants an unedited tape to be released because, according to Shannon, he feels like Tony Busby, who is a high-profile lawyer, is going to drop an edited version that's going to be damning. So Shannon believes that a full version of the tape will exonerate him, which I'm not surprised at this line of thinking, considering Shannon was also the same guy who had intimate relations with a woman on IG Live a while ago. So yeah, but I do just want to be clear, consent can be taken away at any time. It's dynamic. If a shorty or a guy says yes 1,000 times enthusiastically, it's green. But the minute anybody says no, just cut it out. Consent is a mutable thing. It's liable to change depending on how someone feels. So even if Shannon were to provide proof of numerous text exchanges that are freaky or whatever, the minute she says no, those text exchanges mean nothing. And trust me, I'm going to elaborate on consent because for some reason, dumb niggas and dumb people think that expressing consent in the past means it applies to the future. But after this, Gabriella's attorney released an audio file that just looks extremely bad for Shannon.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You wanna be a to me now, so
I don't wanna be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
This is some of the grossest stuff I've heard. The way he talks to this young woman, you can tell this isn't the first time. And I'm not saying definitively that Shannon Sharpe is or he did this. However, the way a man speaks to a woman is telling. If he can lose his composure and make threats of violence, he is most likely violent. And just as a grown man, you should never, and I mean never, speak to a woman this way. This is weird. Just casually threatening to choke a kid because she called you manipulative, that's insane. And if you felt some way, my nigga, just say it. And before you say 19 years old isn't a kid, bro, I don't give a fuck. Why would I care what you got to think about that? Because the science of the matter is that the prefrontal cortex is not fully developed till 25 years of age. It's the part of our brain that is responsible for rational decision making. So yeah, legally you may be considered an adult at 18, but people always say you need to keep living because you don't feel like an adult until you're at least in your late 20s. People my age, 18 to 20, are still gonna do stupid stuff because as we continue navigating the world, we're still prone to impulsive decisions because our brain isn't developed. Now compare that to a 50-year-old nigga that's been an adult since you were a minor. That nigga is weird for show. In response to Gabriella's audio, Shannon got on here and released a minute-long video.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
My career is about real talk and honesty. Get out of here, nigga. You were being real honest saying you was gonna choke that little girl, huh, Shannon? Weird ass nigga. Honestly though, this is just a huge nothing burger of a response. It's full of PR words and even claims he's being targeted because he's black. Dude, let's call a bean a bean. You already know I'm the most pro-black nigga on YouTube. Talk your shit, twin. But this has nothing to do with race and everything to do with the fact that Shannon Sharpe is likely a weird individual. I mean, he is a weird individual. He had an ongoing relationship with a girl who is nearly 4 decades younger than him. You can't play this race card. And then on top of that, this fool is engaging in some of the weirdest race play stuff imaginable. Gabriella, you are not innocent in this facet, okay? Shannon, you got a white woman telling you to put a black baby in her? That's not normal. That's not right. But freaky ass Shannon Sharpe here wants to immediately use specific wording that will cultivate black people. He targets black men. That phrase right there, that's him trying to pull us to his side when he disavowed us during his most intimate moments. Hell no, I'm good off of that. And Shannon's been on young white girls. There's a clip of him fiending for Sky Bree, and not only is she a white girl, but she's like an internet super bop. Like shorty's been passed more than a basketball, but that's like besides the point.
You know who Sky Bree is, Ocho?
Sky Bree? Who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it. How I do
Hey, Sky,
it.
I mean, who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. You know, she might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
She a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
You know, she got her own little thing, you know.
Huh?
Man, y'all. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on. Who she play for?
You know, back in the day, she could have been on my team.
She played for on her back.
Now mind you, Shannon Sharpe is 56 years old and Sky Bree is 26. This old nigga is 30 years older than her. What's he doing being tapped in? Now, unlike Gabriella though, Sky Bree is over 25. But the question is, why would you want to be with someone who is 30 years younger than you? Like, that could literally be his daughter. Then this old nasty nigga explained this by saying he wants to date his wage.
Everybody always talk about date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause you know I keep it on me now.
Yeah.
I keep it on me. You want to date your what?
I want to date my wage, not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they? Cause y'all always talking about date your age. I want to date my wage. So come on with it.
Well, you talking?
As a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak.
Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
Which, okay, I get it. Like, we live in an era where young people can come into money, but that doesn't mean you should be setting your sight on women in my age group because they happen to have a bag. And then the thing is, niggas been telling this dude to date his age because nothing this unk says relates to the experience of the youth. You're a retired NFL player. What could you possibly say to the Gen Z girls you seek out? But okay, let's just take it back to Gabriella. More texts were released and I want to go over the first few. Now, remember when I told you consent can be revoked at any time. They're mutable. They're dynamic. These 3 messages are basically showing Gabriella being enthusiastic and talking about BDSM. If you know, you know. These are pretty graphic, and there's some stuff that isn't vanilla, that's for sure. But what's important is that a woman or anyone can speak like this and still revoke consent. Look at these messages. I don't know how to process this. Can I call you later? And she says this after basically confirming that she begged Shannon to stop. These messages look damning. Obviously, these messages were sent before everything came out. This was in January of this year. It's really sick reading this, and in my opinion, it adds credence to the allegations. You'd have to assume she sent this with making false accusations in mind in order to make it more believable. As in, she sent these messages with the thought that months later, I'm gonna accuse this guy. That's a really crazy leap in logic, right? Yeah, I know. But here's what makes this wilder. Shannon apparently attempted to give Gabriella $10 million so she wouldn't go public. His lawyer actually spoke on this, and I want you guys to listen to a little bit of this audio.
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars.
Okay, so the key thing here is the accusation of blackmail. But let's really break it down. If Shannon had nothing to hide, Gabriella coming out about this wouldn't even matter. But clearly he had things damning, like the audio and the text messages, and anybody who's innocent wouldn't be paying money to settle. They wouldn't be tossing out huge sums like this. And if I know I'm green, I'm calling every bluff in the book. But clearly, Shannon knew he wasn't green, hence why he tried to silence her before she went public. As of right now, Shannon has stepped down from ESPN, which is good obviously, but here's how he did it. In a text message from what I presume is his PR crisis manager or worker, which is crazy that instead of tweeting this out himself, he just screenshotted the text. But okay, he claims that, I guess his PR manager claims that Shannon is gonna step down and devote his time to his family and that he appreciates the support. And this just leads me into talking about nothing burger responses. This is a nothing burger because it's fake. It's literally nothing. There's nothing of substance that can be gained from this. It's a response engineered specifically for the purpose of minimizing crisis, of damage, and being perfect for the public. The internet has made virtually every response to any situation be anti-cancel proof. Nothing is genuine anymore. Everything is routed through PR management. It's all to make sure these celebrities don't lose in the court of public opinion. It's sick. Something else that is sick is that Shannon has another accuser. His ex-girlfriend Michelle Evans came out and told details about a violent that took place in 2010. To summarize, Michelle confronted Shannon about being unfaithful. This confrontation escalated into Shannon allegedly forcing Michelle on her knees to initiate an act, which we all know. This then transitioned into Michelle being placed on a bed and allegedly. According to Michelle, Shannon said that he would make it so no other man would want her. The thing is, she actually did want to go public, but according to her, Shannon used intimidation to silence her. He launched a smear campaign that essentially painted her as crazy, and obviously his team denied the allegations as per usual. Yo. Niggas like this, bro, are some top tier hell prospects. But this entire Shannon Sharpe stuff just goes to show these men are evil. And in my opinion, I believe he's guilty. These are some of the most chilling reports I've seen recently. I think we need to start paying more attention to the grown men that will comfortably and loudly express their desire for younger women, because obviously there's more under the surface.
I was